Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take you for your money and whatever else you bring. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. Guitar Players Planet. 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 Sunny skies, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way the music has touched my soul, the way that the South holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to the lands of new. Oh, na 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 na. lost Lone Ranger. Can I break this spell?
What we are? Did you lose me already? Oh my! Oh my gosh! Am I? Okay. Yeah, because I'm bouncing between here and the YouTube feed. So there I am. Hello. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Yep. Hump day. Hump day. All right. Nice. Nice. He who controls the spice controls the universe. For he is the Quizartadadak. Very nice. They got me, but they don't hear you.
Hear me right now. They could hear me now. They can.
Yeah.
This is what
Okay.
happens when you
How's
start.
how's it going now? Okay. Can everybody hear Dan now?
They could hear me.
Or
They
did
don't want. They don't want to hear me anyway. But
it says Dan's still muted.
nah,
Marks.
yeah, it's there now. Let's
Okay.
see.
All right. Thank you. Okay. All good. Thank you.
Yeah, now it's
Thank
there.
you.
Good.
Thank you. Thank
And Scott just pinged in. So hold on a second. And let
no,
me
mute
see.
him.
Oh my goodness.
Tom said, no, mute him again.
Uh, guys are killing me. Where's three up? Three up guests.
Oh, there it is.
So now
And Scott's coming in.
I gotta switch this to Eric now. Hold on, layers. Guest, not Tyler, Eric.
Yeah.
There you go. And then we'll. Now we got, and then there was three. There you go.
All right. All right. All right.
And I think do we have Scott's audio or?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I don't know. Hey, Scott, can we hear you? Because I don't hear Scott.
I can hear you guys.
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Good deal. So, what's happening, guys?
Oh my
How's
goodness.
everybody doing?
I'm doing fine. What do we got? Yeah, the Tom Bramwell called us the Trinity. We're the Trinity now. Oh my goodness. Everybody hears him. Eddie. So we got Eddie, we got Tom, we got George Lutz, George Albin. Gary, I've been meaning to ask you about the opening song. Well, what would you like to know? And I'll let you know. Jim's on. Hey, Jim, my buddy Mark, Gideon. Gideon from France. This Gideon, not the Gideon that I know from Long Island, which I totally screwed up last week. But yeah. So we're hanging out. We're hanging out tonight. We got some new toys. We got some pictures. We got some a lot of stuff going on. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, well, let's talk a little bit about your anything new with the ASI Air and the Wi-Fi. Let's get the elephant out of the room.
Yeah. I have been hearing a lot of people are still having issues with the ASI Air and the Wi-Fi. It just depends. People have actually been starting to purchase different types of higher gain antennas,
Yeah,
to help combat this issue. So
they're already
I
talking
personally
about
haven't done it.
replacing the antenna. They're already talking about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. People have already started posting, on Amazon and other sites, to go get, this antenna and this add-on and stuff like
Unbelievable.
that. So, me personally, at this point,
You're hardwiring.
I'm hardwired. I'm fine. Nothing, for me, it's almost like, okay, great, I got another ASI Air, but yeah, they've got to figure this out. Either, hopefully, they will figure out this whole antenna thing and make it work, but who knows? I don't know. I don't know. I know it's just one of these things that frustrates a lot of people. It
Yeah,
frustrates
absolutely.
me. It frustrates me. I mean, I even have right now, I'm still having issues with using my AVX mount, my Celestron mount.
Sure.
My
Yeah,
my
well,
my 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 iOptron seems to be working fine.
Yeah, the
It's
AVX has been inherent with issues
AVX.
with the
Yes.
ASI, even the version 2, the Pro,
Yes.
and I guess I kind of rolled over to the Plus. But
Yep.
I mean, I'm curious. I'm going to the store tomorrow, and I'm gonna grab. I think we have like one or two Pros left in the
Okay.
store. I'm gonna grab one. And next week I'm on vacation, so I'm hopefully next week at next show I'm gonna do a little test. And I know Eric, you could do this test. I just don't have the equipment, but I'm gonna turn them both on, and
Okay.
I'm just gonna run a heat map on it,
Yeah.
and I'll see kind of where the signal ends.
Yeah.
And
Because for me, it's probably for me in the way I have my backyard and everything set up. It's probably too far for me. I mean, the distance because others are saying, I'm looking here in the chats, that Gary, he says he's getting 11 megabits per second and 5 gigahertz at about 40 feet.
wow, wow,
I'm a little bit longer, to get to, into my house. So I'm probably maybe another 20 feet. So that could be it. And that may necessitate that change of a antenna. But maybe it's fine if I get a chance to get to a dark site at some point and test it out, then I'll be all good. Did Scott drop?
yeah. So I was gonna say
Nice,
that
okay.
either Scott dropped or he's loving that pen. I mean,
I know.
Oh,
So
he's back. He's looking now. There
okay,
you go. Okay.
okay. Yeah.
He's kind of
Hey,
fading in and
hopefully
out.
hopefully in Florida they have better internet.
Yeah, really, man. Do they even
But
know
yeah,
about internet in Florida? All those like people from New York that have transplants that are just sitting there.
yeah.
Um,
But
what type of
it's
Wi-Fi does it speak?
right now, if you put it in station mode, it only works in 2.4.
Yeah, but
But you
AC
can
and
do, but it can go if you're not. You can, I believe, do 5 gigahertz on but if you're doing it just with the ASI Air's SSID, you're doing it natively with the SSID of the ASI Air.
right.
But if you want to go into station mode, utilizing your own home Wi-Fi as a part,
Right.
making it part of your home Wi-Fi,
Sure,
it's
sure.
2.4.
Only.
Yes, it's only 2.4. Yeah, for station mode.
So is that ACNX or is it all? Do you know? 'Cause there's some
No, I
questions out there.
don't.
We could look that up. I'm not 100%
Yeah,
sure on that
I'm not
either.
100%.
Let's see. Scott's being goofy again. Froze up again. Cement house in Miami with a reflective tint on all the windows. Tyler's.
Wow, that's interesting, Gary. Okay, if with an all cement house and you're getting that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay,
That would usually block that like a
yeah,
like a lead
I would
door.
think so.
That's,
Yeah, but like I said, once I have an opportunity, I'm going to actually get back on and do some more videos and just show my experience.
yeah, absolutely.
Of what I have to deal with, and I might even I've never done it before, but maybe even do it as a live stream, and
Oh, those could
have
go
people jumping in.
very wrong, man.
I know,
Be careful.
right? I know.
I think Scott.
They
I think
could.
Scott spaced out again. He's had his hand on this. Oh nope, he's back.
He's back.
ACBGN. Hey Dan, you've got mail. And Gideon, I saw you and I screwed it up again. I knew you were on vacation in France. I knew you were from the land of Heineken because we saw that last week. So I screwed it up again. Gideon is a watcher from Holland, so not France. Dan, you got mail. How about your dew problem?
Oh, well, for me, I ended up putting on my new dew heater, but sure enough, as soon as when that happened, clouds.
Of
I've
course.
had clouds
Of course.
ever since.
Yep.
Ever since I put on the new dew heater, so I brought the Rasa back in and sitting here in my shop. So, and there's my edge right behind me. So nothing is outside right now. Just the AVX and the CEM60 mounts
Yeah,
are
I
outside
had a
right now.
friend, same issue that you had, except a lot worse than what you had.
Oh,
They
wow.
had a 294
Hmm.
and a dewdrop. It must have like dragged across the top third of the glass
Hmm.
and dried, and it was like this big ripple
Oh,
going
oh,
across the
wow.
top. And I was like,
Dang.
yeah, probably needs a cleaning and a dew heater. That's what it
Yeah.
is. But
Yep.
it'd be amazed how
So,
many people come into the stores and say, I can't get this out with flats. What is this? And
hmm
sure enough, it's a dewdrop that either
yep.
appeared and disappeared, as in your
And
case.
disappeared. Yep.
But that's over the course of hours of,
Yes.
that doesn't, it's not like one image and then one image. It's
Yeah, mine
hours
was,
of
over
darkening and then
hours.
hours of dimming until it keeps
Yes.
up. And it's
Yes.
really a bad thing. But as far as somebody said something, do you have the problem with the Eagle? With the Wi-Fi, and I could speak, and I know Scott if he's able to. I could go from 3 parking spots. So what is that? A car's about 20 feet, maybe. So
Maybe something like that.
15 feet. So say
Yeah.
45. Let's say 15
Okay.
feet. So 45 in my car and still connect to the Eagle. So
That's good.
I mean, I haven't had a problem. I probably could go further, and it's not laggy, so it's not like I hit a button and it's actually a good signal for me anyway. I mean,
Okay. Yeah, so I might even just fire up the the plus here in the house,
yep,
at some point, just fire it up and then just maybe go upstairs and just see, how
yeah,
things do, and just do things, walk around,
sure.
and see how it, and just see how things go.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do
Because,
outside.
yeah.
I'm gonna put it outside. I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna come in the house like where I normally sit when I'm doing the Eagle. I'm gonna turn it
Hmm.
on and see if I can see the ASI air, and if I can, how close do I have to get
Yeah.
to get something?
Yeah, yeah, because it would be interesting for me to know if can I pick it up? How far do I have to be? So to your point, it may not be a bad idea for me to do a heat map.
Yeah,
Just so I can get an idea
yeah, you
of
get a
the
little
signal
radar.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. So no, for sure. Um, any new toys? How's the EQ8?
Wow. Okay. So the EQ8, it took me about 2 hours to get the pure plate on.
Wow.
Yeah, the screw holes were just a little bit off,
Oh, okay.
so I was able to get it on. Everything and it's solid.
Hmm.
And but here's the thing, and I have a video. I did this on. I took the video camera outside and I videotaped it.
Okay.
So apparently, and maybe I should have known this, but every single mount that I've had was always the azimuth adjustment knobs were in front
Hmm.
of the scope, in the
Okay.
front. So what else would be in the front of that scope? The little stud that comes up.
Right.
That. Well, on the 8R, it's on the back of the scope. So once I spent 2 hours putting the pure plate in, I had to take it off and flip it and turn it around because the hole for the stud was on the north side and it needs to be on the south side. So yeah, so the way it was made, you got the 3 screw holes and he put the azimuth stud only on the north side, not one on each side. So I had to take the pure plate off, turn it around, put it back
Uh-huh.
on, and Scott dropped out again. So
Man,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Sorry, Scott. But but it was like I got it on and I put it on and I put the counterweights on and I hung on this thing with my just to kind of see it and shake it a
Yep.
little bit, see if no movement, zero,
Nothing, huh?
nothing.
Wow.
So and in all fairness, I'm only putting a little bit less than half the payload. No, let's see. No, it's like about 46% payload capacity, something like that. Because 110, I'm going 48. So, and that's with everything.
Okay.
That's with the one. So I did.
And
Go ahead.
because I know eventually we're gonna talk about what you're working on eventually trying to do the side by side.
Yeah, so I was going back and forth on that. I was talking to Peter Myers. I was talking to Sean Nielsen. I was talking to Mark Ellis. I was talking. I talked to a bunch of people online trying to find out what the pros and the cons of side by side versus
Versus stacking.
for lack of better terms, piggybacking on top, whatever. And the overwhelming. I spoke to Tim Cowell too. He's actually doing well. So he's going to be on a show probably next month on a Saturday. So, but everybody's been saying to stack and not go side by side. Not that there's anything completely horrible with it, but if you're not evenly balanced on both sides, one scope is going to be closer to the pier than the other, and it's usually the
Right.
bigger scope that's on the shorter side. So then
Okay.
what happens is that your little scope will be fine, but your longer scope could have a greater chance of smacking into the pier or whatever the case may be, which makes sense
Okay.
to me. So I'll show you. Let's see if I could. Where's my desktop capture? Here it is. I'll see if I can get this up real quick,
Okay.
and I'll show you. Well, you'll remember. Let me see if I can. Where's the download file? It's on my desktop. Oh, there's Scott.
Yeah, I had to turn off my PlayStation 5. I think it was drawing too much internet.
Yeah, grabbing all the bandwidth, man.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I've got it set on the router to, priority, highest priority. So it pulls from everything. So I had to shut it off.
Gotcha.
Had to put Valhalla on pause.
So sorry.
Yeah. Hey, sorry. You can be
Yeah,
a
no big
Viking
deal.
assassin later.
That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly. And I'm gonna do display two.
Then I'll also, and then later, maybe after what you showing this, I'll
Yeah.
share with you some of the things with my Meridian Flip and with the ASI Air Plus and the AVX.
Yeah.
I don't think I showed you that,
No.
so I'll share that with you.
All right, so here we go. All right, you ready? So if you remember back in, I don't know, when I first got the 127, this was the setup that I was dreaming of and what I was thinking about doing, making it, I guess, modular, kind of. So I could actually take, if I just wanted the 127, I could slide the Eagle on and just use the 127. Or I could, if I just wanted to use the 80, I could leave the 80 on top of the Eagle because the rings were on there all the time. So it doesn't matter. So if I wanted to use both, I could just slide everything on. And that's my first rendition of what I thought of. So then what did I do? Of course, I'm a little weird, so I want to change things. You can see I still got the S-Big camera on the back and the really bad flattener from Explore Scientific that no one can figure out the whatchamacallit, the spacing for. But so that's the first rendition. Then I started changing things.
Okay.
And where's the first one? Here's the first one. And I bring it over. So there's the first one. Now, excuse the wires. But this is my first side-by-side rendition. Now, you can't see it from this angle, but the Eagle is on the bottom, or down here.
Okay.
The
Underneath
80's on top. And
Okay.
the guide scope is on top of that. Now, you could see in the
Okay.
middle.
So the Eagle's under the 80.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a different. Let me see if I can show you a different picture real quick. Yeah, of course I don't have it. So yeah, it's just take my word for it. It's under the 80. But what you can see is you can see in the middle right here. You see that little stick? That little stick right there. You can see the tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah, I think
pencil.
so.
That Tom Bramwell said. What's actually I was talking to Tom Bramwell about this as well. Sorry, I didn't mean to forget you, Tom. But he told me, hey, just what's a waiting light? Stick a pencil underneath the dovetail and move it side by side and see where it balances. So that's where the balance was, pretty much right in the middle. So at that point, I thought I was good. I said, all right. So then, of course, I'm up late at night, not doing anything. I'm thinking, well, what about this? Is this really going to work? And whatever, so I call up Tom Bramwell and he walks me through some stuff, and Ron walks me through some stuff, and Mark and whoever else I spoke to. I spoke to all these people, and then Tim Cowell, and he's like, you know what? Just stack it. So what happened? Let's change it all over again, and now I end up with. Where is it? Where's the new one?
Just arrow over.
No. Yeah, that's it. This is how it is in my living room right now. So almost the same exact thing that I started with months
It shut
ago.
out with.
The only difference is I added about a pound, and I added this double clamp here. Oh, thank you. Hold on, I got my bartender coming in. Hey, what? Does it taste good?
Try it.
You don't know? We just got a new drink machine, and
You're the official taste tester.
yeah, it's good. That's better. I think. I'll let you know if my tongue goes numb. Yeah. Anyway, so I added this second double clamp here so I could slide. So if I just want to use the 80, so I could slide this off and have that just as the 80. I got the two double clamps. One is on a flipped over 350. And the Eagle has its own 240 Los Mondi dovetail underneath that attaches to here, and that's it. So overall, we're looking at about 48 pounds on an amount that's rated at 110. So that's where I'm at right now. I think that's where I'm going to be. I think that's where I'm going to stay.
That reminds me very similar to when I had my refractors, where I had my doublet, the 120, the William Optics 126, and the GT 71, and the 50 millimeter guide scope on mine. So I just stacked them, and I didn't have a problem, running in that configuration. It just seemed a bit easier for me to stack them.
Yep, and if I just want to do 127, I just want to do luminance or HA, I'll do that. And when I'm ready to do color, I'm going to do them both at the same time. I'll be able to get, this winter, I plan on getting on a good night, literally, 15, 16 hours worth of data in one night.
Okay.
Think about it. 2 cameras.
Yeah. Sure. Yep. You'll
be good to go.
Yeah, you'll be good to go. That would be awesome, man. Heck yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
I tell you, every once in a while I still kick myself about selling my refractors.
Oh, you'll kick yourself
It is what it is.
For a while until you got enough money saved up, and the wife tells you it's okay to buy a new one.
It's okay
again.
to buy another one. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but with this new puppy's gonna bankrupt us.
I'm sure. Scott, you okay, man? You haven't pretty quiet.
Yeah, you're pretty quiet
no,
there,
I'm just listening to what you guys are talking about. I was looking up some information on solutions for wireless problems that people are having. One of the things that I did early on, and I think Dan, you use the similar setup, is the Ingenious.
The outside
wireless
access
access point.
Yep.
Yeah. that extends your Wi-Fi range just by absolute gobs.
Yeah.
I was able to connect to that with my phone from 1,000 feet away easily.
And what's this again? What's this again?
The ingenious.
Here, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'll show you a picture. Hold on.
I mean, your
Share screen.
ubiquity
Ingenious.
should be able to do. You have the outside ubiquity, right?
Yeah, I do. And
Yeah,
I have no problem connecting it to my Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
To my
I
home
mean,
Wi-Fi outside.
you know, I don't know about. I don't know if I could do
Let's see.
1,000 feet. I could probably do like 300 or 400, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never really
can't do
tested
it that
mine.
way.
as
I've
far
never
as
tested mine
distance
either.
outdoors or anything like that. I mean, I can get around my backyard.
Oh no, I can
That's
go
all
further.
that
than-
matters.
I got my Wi-Fi from my across the street neighbor's house, diagonally across. So you
Okay.
figure 300-400 feet.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
Can
have
you-
to go out.
can
and
you
just
see
look
that?
around.
Yes.
So that's the ingenious. That's one of the ingenious routers access points.
That's
that you
actually
can
the one
connect
I
right
have.
straight to your router. Yeah, it's the one I have as well.
Yep.
It's really thin. There's a side view of it.
Yep.
It has there's a back view of it, and it's all watertight. You know,
Yep.
it's weather resistant. They're really nice. It's got the four antennas, one for the 2.4, one for the 5, and you can two. You can chain these together. You can
Yep.
bring your Cat 5e or Cat 6 or whatever out to this, and then chain it together with another one if you need extra distance. I can't imagine why you would need extra distance.
No.
But that little bad boy right there, man, I'll tell you, I easily got 1,000 feet. I was connecting to it, clear down the street.
Oh, I never tried.
Okay, nice.
So.
I never tried mine, but I should. But actually, I should. As an IT guy, I should be doing that type of stuff. But
Yeah, but even as an
I
IT guy, if
I
it
do
works,
enough. But I do enough. I do enough at work that
Yeah,
sometimes
exactly.
I just don't want to deal with it when I'm at home. But let me share with you this video that I was, this was part of the video I was going to be working on for being an ASI experienced officer, and this is with using my AVX mount. So let me see here. Let me go to toggle screen sharing, and let's go here, and let me see if I can hear this. Let me turn.
barely,
Can you hear it?
not really.
Okay, that's fine. So this is me. I was about to do the meridian flip. So let me expand this here. So this was the Pegasus cluster,
Okay.
and this is yeah. So I'm about to flip,
Okay.
and
You must be taking that with
and
your
it's-
phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was taking this with my phone, and I had my iPad in my hand. So and it did nothing. It slewed very little. I mean, if I could, and then just kick this off. So if I can, I don't know if
And
I
this
can.
is the AVX again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I take a look here. So there's the Rasa. You see how it's oriented,
Yep.
right? So
Is that on the pier?
no, this is on
on the
on the
AVX.
this is the AVX
Oh, it's
on
a
its
tripod.
tripod.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
And you see, and then I was doing M15.
M13, right?
Is the Pelicans not
Oh
Pelican?
no, Pegasus.
Pegasus.
Pegasus. I'm sorry,
Pegasus.
15.
Pegasus
Yeah,
M15.
you're right.
So
Yeah.
here it is, going through the meridian flip. And now you're noticing the the Rasa.
Yeah.
Do you notice something
Yep.
not happening?
Nothing.
But yet
Yeah.
it's validated that it's targeting, and then it kicks back into it. Now it's kicking into the
Wow.
it said auto meridian flip finished. Now autofocus is beginning.
Yeah, that's something I've seen quite a bit with the AVX, man. I've seen that quite a bit.
So that is, yeah.
Well,
So
Yeah, I'd be
just you
selling that
being
bad boy on cloudy nights.
that's you
yeah.
being silly putting the Rasa on an AVX, but that's
But and it's crazy, because they sell it. They sell the Rasa with
Yep.
the AVX,
Yep.
So you figure,
Well,
in a way,
that ain't nothing, Eric. They sold me
no,
the CGXL with the C14, and
Yep.
I blew that. I blew the
blew that
75
weight.
pound limit on that
Yeah,
right
by
out
like
the
30
window.
pounds, you totally
Yeah.
destroyed that thing. I'm surprised the gears didn't get crumpled.
Yeah.
But
So basically,
Well, I stopped
I
using
have.
it.
So Mark, don't forget now, Mark. This is my travel mount. I have my
Yep.
CEM60, which is my
Sure.
primary mount. So this is only my travel mount or anything like that. So yeah, I was like, there is something seriously wrong here.
yeah, that's definitely not good. Not good at all.
No.
Not good.
So to do this first test, it failed.
Yeah.
This Meridian flip, it failed, and it failed badly.
Oh man, I could see Pix Insight now. Before I had to get like a magnifying glass.
Mm.
Let's see. I just want to get my. So I did a really quick stack of the Wizard.
Okay.
Um,
I haven't done any. I'm still working on my Dark Nebula. If I can ever get some clear nights, especially now that we are getting into new moon and
Yeah, well now it's all cloudy.
it's all cloudy and it's going to be this way all week. So it's kind of a bummer.
What is the fast rotation? Yeah, flip this guy. So I also did this with a subframe selector. I used that for like the first time in like months. And it did a pretty good job. It's not bad. Let's see, is that right? Yeah, that's right. I'm just rotating these pics real quick before I.
Hey Mark, if the CFO would let me do that, trust me, I would start thinking about some sort of permanent observatory grade mount or something like that. Maybe one of these harmonic drive mounts or a CEM 120, something like that.
Nice. All right. All right, so let's get this going here. So this is 95 5-minute shots, and this is the O3, I think. I remember. No, this is the sulfur. Oxygen. See the little hand there. And there's the H alpha. Oh shoot, Eric, I lost you again.
Did you lose me again?
No, I got you. I don't know why that keeps on doing
Okay.
that, just for you. So those are the 3 pictures that we got.
Okay.
Stars look really good.
Yeah, they do. I was gonna say they look really good.
And I gotta tell you, I watched a video on the subframe selector from Amy Astro, and let me tell you, I used it, and I tweaked her settings a little bit based on my setup.
Okay.
So I did. I only allowed FWHM was up to 2, and eccentricity is less than 0.7, and that's what I got. But let me tell you, it picked up all the oblong stars and booted them all.
Nice.
And I looked at the ones, and then I looked at the ones that it picked up, like the 0.69s. The 0.69s and 0.68s were decent.
Okay.
So originally she uses for her system zero point 0.6 eccentricity. And
Okay.
what the eccentricity is really is the shape of the stars.
Okay.
The FWHM has to do with the size of the stars. So you're getting the best size, the smallest size, which means you're
Mm-hmm.
tighter in focus,
Mm-hmm.
and you're getting the roundest of the
Stars.
stars. And
Nice.
I'm going to be using this subframe selector from now on instead of. It's such a great tool when you have 300 subs that you're
Mm-hmm.
going through. Do you really want to blink all these? I mean,
Exactly.
hell no, I don't want to
That's
do that.
yeah.
That
That's
takes
yeah. No.
hours. Let me
Yeah.
let me go in. Let me zoom. Let me check this
Let me
corner. Let me
zoom.
check that corner.
Yes.
Nah, you know what?
I'll have to check out her video.
Yeah,
I'll
check it
have to
out
check out her video.
and use the
Is this the
settings.
latest video?
It's the one on the subframe selector that she has. So
Okay.
I
How
don't
old
know
is it?
when. I don't know how old it was.
Gotcha.
I have no idea. I mean, I could look really quick if you want me to look. I
No,
could
it's
look
not
at.
necessary unless you want to. But
I could look at my my YouTube and my history. It's right there. But AstroWorld YouTube history and Party All the Time by Eddie Murphy.
oh, that's so funny.
Oh no, that's Boogie in Your Butt. I'm sorry. Uh, Pics and Frights. It's got 2.2 thousand views, and it was from March 2021, so like
Okay.
6 months ago.
Okay.
So,
So earlier this year. Sure.
yep. So that
Right
is
on.
that. Yeah. So I'm really excited. Believe it or not, I originally had 132 frames before that, and it kicked out 37.
Based on the
that's it.
settings for the stars.
Yes. And I found out, and I looked at the ones that it booted out, and you could see that they're a little oblong, the stars. Now, whether that have been a tracking issue or a gust of wind or something, it doesn't matter. And it just saves you so much time in the pre-processing. The post processing where
Mm-hmm.
you're doing morphological transformation to make the stars a little squished because they're a little bit off, or using what's the other one, like to make stars smaller on Photoshop script. There's so many things you could do, but it's just like if you, it's so much better for the picture the less you do.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The more you do, the more of a chance you're gonna screw it up. So
Yeah.
just you'd rather start with solid data than fix something that wasn't solid to begin with.
Right. One thing that I think I've decided to do is just in my my captures, just in my capture process when it comes to dithering, I usually would dither every 6 frames. I've decided to drop that down to go down 50% and start doing every 3 frames just to help deal with the noise, with that rolling noise and stuff
Yep.
like that. So we'll see how that goes.
Weren't you
But I
doing
do like
every
the idea of this.
Weren't
Hmm?
you doing every frame, Dan? Weren't you
No.
That was
dithering
me.
every frame?
That was me. Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I thought.
It takes a
Yeah.
little
I
bit
was doing every
longer
6.
time, but through the course of the night, it's a
Right.
couple of it's a couple of seconds per photo. So if you're taking 50 photos, so you got 5 minutes of dithering throughout the night. I mean, that's. I
Okay.
mean, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Do I see a huge? Because I've done dithering every 3, 2, and 1.
Okay.
Have I seen a massive difference between the 3, 2, and 1? If you're a pixel peeper, yes, you're gonna notice the difference. If you're somebody like me, it's just a habit at this point. I don't know if I see a huge difference. So people always go up to me and say, "Well, you don't see a huge difference. Why are you doing it?" it just works for me. And I have a feeling that if I go back to 3, I'm going to see something that I didn't see at 1, and I'm going to have to do it all over again. And so, you know what they say, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix
No,
it.
don't fix
So,
it. That's it.
so what's the other one? If you can't fix it with duct tape, if you can't fix it with duct tape, it ain't broke.
It ain't broken.
I am
Someone
seriously.
I
was
think they've got
mentioning
whole
too
YouTube channels devoted to fixing things with duct tape.
Oh yes, oh yes. And I have one picture where we took duct tape. My friend, and I know this has nothing to do with this show. I mean, I'm just about duct tape. But he was a hairy guy,
Oh
and
God.
we just took a piece about 8 inches and plastered it on his back, and just rubbed it in, and just.
Oh,
And the picture that I have, it's like a runway across his back.
Right,
It's like-
yeah.
It's just
Right.
skin. But anyway.
anyway. So someone
Okay.
was made a comment to me. Tom here says, Eric, get a micron mount.
Uh-huh.
They're not cheap.
Well, yeah,
Microns are
Tom
not
also
cheap.
said get a mount that gives you all good stars.
Yeah.
And I did, I hope. So, Tom, I don't know if you know this, but I did purchase the EQ8R. It's on the pier right now. I'm going to throw this out to everybody because I don't know. I'm on the search for an AC adapter for that thing. It's got to be 16. Well, it doesn't have to be 16. You can run 12, but supposedly it runs better at 16 volt.
They don't
I
sell
can't
one?
find one at Skywatcher. I can't find one anywhere. Like
What
one
in the
that's
world?
made for Skywatcher. I can't find one.
Right.
And I
That
mean, I
makes
could buy
no
a
sense.
knockoff from Amazon, a 16 volt, whatever,
Yeah,
5
but
amp.
that makes no sense, but
It
why
doesn't.
wouldn't they?
I was looking all over the place, and I actually got 3 posts on a bunch of Facebook pages on, does anybody have any ideas on how to power this thing? And I know somebody out there is going to say, I just power my Eagle, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. And Tom Bramwell, if you want to chime in on this, feel free. So I have now 2 focusers, 2 cameras, and a mount. I think that's it. That's 5, right?
Okay.
Got 4 power outputs. so you got 2 8s, 2 3s. So what I was thinking of doing is splitting, because I tested it with the Eagle and saw the amp draw of the 294. Even though this is never going to happen, I did it anyway. I did the 294 taking an image
Okay.
while I was racking in the focuser, just to see the amp draw. So if I could split that one power, that 3 amp power out to the
Yeah.
focuser and the camera.
In camera, right?
So I did that, and it only got up to about 1.3 amps,
Oh, okay.
which shocked the hell out of me because
Yeah, damn, that's really low.
For,
Yeah,
for the
so-
mount or for the camera?
for the camera and the
camera and the
focuser
focuser.
at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
So
Well, they're not gonna draw a lot of amps.
no, but it's only a 3 amp out. So
Yeah, I know.
I didn't want to be over 2 just to stay, clear.
Right.
The last thing you want is an undervoltage and then your Eagle turns off. But that's something that you don't want. But it seemed to be fine. But that's why I'm on the search for the AC. Since the 8R is never going to be in the field. It's always going to be on a pier. Let's get the AC, and then so if anybody knows where to get an AC adapter for this thing, just throw me a link because I can't seem to find one.
Yeah. Tom Diagon, he was telling me about this Micron, and I was saying how expensive it is, and I said, you know what, I may just, personally, this is maybe me. I probably end up going local, staying local, going to one of my guys, here in Illinois. Go to Astrophysics.
Oh, there you go. Get the
And-
Mach 2.
Yeah, get the Mach 2.
If it ever
Stay
comes
local.
out.
To support my local business because
Absolutely.
they're literally like maybe 10 miles away.
That's
if that,
awesome.
even if 10 miles. I think they're even actually less than that. But yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
just get an AP. But I'll be on the waiting list just like everybody else. Doesn't
Well,
matter how close I am.
astrophysics mounts
I
are-
would be able to save on shipping because I can say, hey,
I'll
I
pick
go
it up.
roll call. I'll pick it up.
Yep.
So.
Some cool cameras can shoot up to 9 or 10 for a millisecond. 10 amp for well. Yeah, it's a 2-year wait for an astrophysics. If you
Yeah,
double up
it's a
ports,
long wait.
I double up focusers if they're okay. Well, there you go. I could do that. That makes sense, Tom. Yeah, so double up on the 2 focusers instead of the camera focuser. Because you're never going to be
Okay.
focusing at the same time.
That is true.
Hopefully.
That is true. Hopefully not. So,
But
Yeah,
yeah,
so-
so that's my thing. So I'm looking. I still want the AC power because if you think about it, that current configuration with the stacked scopes, the 6R is not gonna handle that. It's not gonna happen. It's 50 pounds.
right.
You know. So if I'm out in the field, I'm gonna be doing one or the other, either the 127 or the 80. It's never gonna be all 3.
Yeah.
You know. So
But so the 120. So the stacking configuration is basically going to be at home.
it's gonna be for the 8. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
You know.
Okay.
So that's the only thing it's going to be on now. Now I may go to the beach one night with just the 127 and grab luminance all night. And that's fine. I could do that with the 6.
Right.
So I just need the 127 and the Eagle and the guide scope. That's it. I don't need the 80. Or if I want to just get star data, who's laughing? What's going on? Astrophysics are made up of ground up
Ground up
unicorns.
unicorns.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tom, see, this is why I love you, man. This is why I love you. He not only is he making the Higgins adapter still, which is the Asato 2-inch to an 80 Esprit. Hopefully, get on Omar, please. But he just said, "I'll make you a custom cable." I said, "All right, cool. I'll call you later, Tom. Thank you so much. You're the man. You're the man." Not
But
for
that's
you,
funny.
Tyler. Not for
Yeah.
you.
Not for you, Tyler. No cables for you, Tyler.
No
You
soup
want
for you.
cables?
No soup.
$5.
No cable. No cable. So yeah, Tyler was nice enough to lend me, and he's still waiting. I'm still waiting on one part to do this project with the Optolong L Pro for the R cameras, the full frame filter. I'm still waiting on one more piece to put this thing together, and just so I could start testing it. And Tyler was nice enough to lend me not one but 2 cameras, the RA and the R6, and
Right.
I can't wait to try that out. So I'm waiting on some stuff from Deep Sky Dad, so I can put this thing together. But
Do you know the size of your connector going into your mount?
it's a special. It's for the 8R. It's an F something type. It's
So it's not a
Skywa-
barrel connector?
No, it's a sky. It's special for Skywatcher. It's like an F something.
The mount did not come with a power supply.
No, just the 12-volt power
Wow.
cable. The cigarette.
Wow.
But that's all
Okay.
it comes with. It's always extra with every mount that I've ever had. Never came with an AC adapter. AC adapter was always extra.
Hmm.
You know, even with the
Yeah.
AVX, the CGX, it's all extra.
It's always extra. Yeah.
Yeah, you just get the
I never
cigarette
get
lighter.
that.
What?
Yeah, I'd never get that. I never understood that mess. That all they give you is a
Can you-
bloody cigarette lighter.
Yeah,
I mean, I all did. Ioptron, Celestron, you all did that mess.
yeah.
Can you get the connector from the from Skywatcher? Is it Skywatcher?
Yeah, it's Skywatcher.
Yeah, can you get the connector from Skywatcher or get another 12 volt?
I'm sure I could.
Because you can, yeah, if you could get the connector, you can buy a 16 volt wall socket adapter that will plug right into your Pier power.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then you just have to splice it, with some good weatherproof connectors and some shrink wrap.
Yep. Yeah, I got plenty of the shrink stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pete Proul, how you doing, Pete? Christian,
Pete.
how's it going? We got a lot of people on tonight. Yeah, I think 21 is like past couple of months. That's like wow, high.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, thanks for Tim. How you doing?
Thanks for the support, guys.
Yeah, man. Thanks to everybody. I let's see, Mark Ellis popped up. Yeah, got a lot of people. So yeah. So we're talking. So we were talking a little bit about side by side. We showed the ASI Air and the AVX Meridian flip debacle. That's
Failure.
yeah, it failed. Now, for those of you, and we'd love to hear from everybody that has done this successfully, if they have, with the AVX and the ASI Air, either Pro or Plus, because they both seem to have the issue
Yes.
with the Meridian flip.
Yep.
But
Basically, this is why I guess I'll just stick with using the Rasa. If I have to use a Rasa with AVX, I'm just going to do EAA.
Yep. I hear you. I hear you. Hang out with the kids and do EAA.
You just do EAA with my son and my kids and just leave it. And don't worry about anything else.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, it gets so self-defeating after a little bit of when it's just constant. It's just time to change up. It's time to do something new. And don't get, one thing, it's easy to get rolled up into kind of that pit of hell that we all go into every once in a while, that we keep on trying. We can fix this. We can fix it. It's like what was it? It's Fast Times, Ridgemont High. My dad's got this awesome set of tools. The whole thing like that. You can't. So there's some things you just can't fix, no matter what tool you have. You just got to know what you can fix and grab the tools and grab the people and grab the knowledge you can get to see if you can. But don't sit there for months. And we talk about this on the show a lot. Well, sometimes you need to take a step back to take 2 steps forward. And so just, ask around, ask the questions. We got plenty of people here that have plenty of experience. Mark, Tom, Tim, Pete, everybody, all the time.
I'd love to hear, people, if there's some things you've been, banging your head against a wall against, right now. And throw it out to us, throw it out here to the forum, and let's all put our heads together and help each other out, and see what we can figure out for one another.
So
my advice is that if you don't know what you're doing, stay away from the toolbox. You can wind up screwing things up really bad just because you go and you spend a couple $100s on a good set of tools and this and that does not make you a mechanic. That's like saying, well, Monet, he's got a great set of brushes. I can paint like him. No.
That's like, and whatever you do, never put your filter wheel together with an electric drill. Just don't do it.
What?
Just kidding. No, I'm serious. Don't do that. But
why won't the screw tighten up? It won't tighten up. It just keeps spinning.
There goes your $800 filters. Sean, what's up, Sean? How you doing? Welcome. We're talking a whole bunch of stuff tonight. We're talking EQ8R. We're talking ASI Air. We're talking Wizard Nebula. We're talking AVX. I mean, we're talking a whole bunch of stuff going on.
A whole bunch of stuff. Did you happen to see AstroDoc's post?
I did.
About his new article coming
in Sky and
Telescope. Yep. I'm looking forward to that.
Yep, I got it. I got the digital.
Okay.
Yep.
I should subscribe to the digital, so I can get it quick, because he's talking about dark nebulae, and for me personally, it's just something about, cosmic dust and dark nebulae that I don't know what it is. I just love it. And it's in that sometimes it can be one of those challenging targets.
Yeah,
It
sure.
can be a bit challenging because sometimes, but it's just one of those things that when you get it right, it's so rewarding. But just to get away from the usual stuff with emission, nebulae and the bright, pretty stuff, and the dark and the bright nebulae, and to go to these to go into the cosmic dust and just start. Especially, he was mentioning Cepheus. I was noticed that Cepheus has a lot of
Dark.
dust
Yeah.
and dark nebulae in it.
Yep.
So that could be a huge playground for me
Yeah.
just to hang out right in this, in this constellation, and get whatever I can. So
Yeah, I want to get that rotten fish nebula.
the rotten fish nebula.
That I never knew about that nebula. And I was like, oh my god, this is cool. It looks like a dead fish. It's great.
Yeah. There was one that somebody posted, but I believe it's more on the southern hemisphere. I believe it's the Dark Wolf or the Wolf
I don't know.
Nebula. I don't know. I'd have to take a look at it, or I had to hunt
That's
it
all right.
down and see. But they were taking it in Chile, and so I was like, okay, this must be Southern Hemisphere if they're doing it in Chile. So
Yeah,
but
yeah.
no, Cepheus is one of those constellations that I think I would have a lot of fun. There's just so much dust out there just to start grabbing that, and it's just different, and I just like the challenge of it.
Yeah, I've never done a dark nebula. Well, that's not necessarily true. I did a dark nebula, but I did it in narrowband, so I threw it in the garbage.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. As soon as you said I did a dark nebula, but I did it in narrowband, I'm like,
Oh
what?
God!
Sorry.
It's like when you have your sequences set up and you just say, "Oh yeah, dark shark, that's cool," and you just hit run, and then you go to bed, and then you wake up the next day. Do not do a dark nebula in narrowband. You will not see anything
See
except for
anything.
stars. So don't do that.
No.
I just wasted an entirely perfectly clear night on nothing. Nothing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, dark
Yeah,
nebula isn't it classified as reflection?
I want to say
no,
yes.
No, yeah, I didn't know. I know it's a straight RGB or LRGB.
Yeah, no, but yeah, I think it's a reflection that's allowing you to see the dark, the dark. But I don't know if it's considered a reflection nebula per se. That'd be more like the iris.
Yeah, the iris is a reflection nebula,
Yeah.
but it just has a lot of dust and clouds around it.
Yep. And I'm looking. Let's see.
We got a few people on tonight.
Got a
Yeah,
lot
we
of
have
people
some.
on tonight.
Got
Yeah.
a lot of people on tonight. It's like, holy cow.
Yeah, there's 20 watching now.
Yep. We were up to 22 at one point. So.
Sean says no, it's not. It blocks light
21.
so you can see it.
Oh, okay. There you go. I just got
So-
that. Got it. Waiting for a lot of stuff going. Tom Digon. Hoping to get a call.
Oh, if you
Wow.
get is that the GM 2000? Is that a micron? I'm not familiar. I would
Yeah.
assume that's a micron. Is a GM. Because I was just looking at their website and I was looking at the GM 1000, so I assume a 2000 is just bigger,
Yeah. Right.
So, but I was just looking at it, it was like, holy cow! I was like, yeah, that'll take me a while to convince the wife to spend that kind of money
Yeah,
on something
exactly.
like that. just saying.
You know what? You know what? I was going.
Even if I go for an AP, you'd be like, my wife would be like, yeah, where's the lawyer? where's the lawyer's number?
Let's see, I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's a micron.
Yeah, it is.
What's the 2000? running?
Let me see here.
Hey, Chris.
15.4.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless you've got a dedicated, pier and covered,
Yeah.
a dome, or
Yeah.
a roll off or something. I mean, that it just doesn't make sense to have a mount that big, on a portable tripod. That just doesn't make any sense.
No.
You'd want that on
I'd put it on a pier, no matter what. AP,
Yeah.
Micron, I'll put them on piers, but I would get the Skyshed pod or build a roll off first before I would get the mount, that kind of mount. So
Yeah.
I'm just looking through some old pictures. So, what's kind of cool? So I was looking, I found an old hard drive, and I was looking, and I found some of my pictures from 2004.
wow.
Yeah, so knowing what I know now, I want to show you something that I'm gonna bring it up, and let's see, I'll show it to you real quick. Now I think I might be able to get something decent out of this, believe it or not. Check this out. I didn't know what I was doing back then, but well, not that I know what I'm doing now, but
You're not supposed to say that out loud.
it's okay. So I'm gonna play this, and this is a Saturn. If you look at it, January 1st, 2004, with my SAC 7B, the camera that I was talking about.
Yeah.
It's dreadful, but here you go. I hope this is the right video. I think I might be able to get something out of that
There's
after
a
I stack
stupid
it.
delay on YouTube. Man, it just takes forever.
That's just you.
Man.
It's not there yet? Hold on, Eric. I lost you again. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go
No,
ahead.
I was saying, hey, you've not tried to put this through?
I haven't done. I
And
just found it yesterday,
oh wow, okay,
so I didn't know that I had this yet.
gotcha.
I knew I had it, but I didn't know. And then if you look even further, I found some other stuff. I don't know if this is even a video. There's another moonshot. That's going to be really good when I put it through something.
Yeah, if I had DSL Mark, I wouldn't even be on this program.
Yeah. But that's going to look pretty
There you
good.
go.
And this is all with that crappy camera. This is, and
It's
then
not bad. Doesn't
got-
seem that bad.
Photosharp. This is a PhotoSmart 850 that I was just poking. These are some bad pictures. What just happened?
I don't know what just happened.
I got it. Fuzzy.
I still haven't seen it pop up on YouTube.
I'm seeing them.
Yeah, it's all
I
you.
can't.
For-
Oh, there it is. Now I see it. I see
Overall,
it.
they're not. They're definitely out of focus.
Oh
But
yeah. But I mean, these pictures were taken with a handheld digital camera, like this. I mean, but anyway, that's some really old pictures.
That's
that
old.
I took.
Yeah, okay, but it's not. Some of it isn't too bad.
Some of it isn't too bad.
It's not too bad.
I think with the Saturn thing, I think it's gonna look.
I think you should give that one a go.
Yeah, I think that I'm gonna do. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do it right now while we're on the show.
While
I
we're on
was
the show,
perusing-
you got to start putting things in through Registacks.
No, I'm just gonna do
And
auto stacker. Yeah,
Auto stacker. Yeah.
auto stacker 3 and open. And what is it under? It's under which Okay, libraries, network. Of course, I can't get to it through. Oh, there it is.
I'll I'm eventually I'm going to get back out and use to get the HD out there and maybe try some planetary at some point again. I
Could
know.
not find compatible bitmap format for image access. Oh no.
Oh,
Why
dear.
is that? It's an AVI. Maybe I gotta put it through pip.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Let's see. Pip source files. Add source file.
So, unfortunately, like I said, with this weather, I haven't had a chance to do any imaging or try anything new. But I did order. I did place an order for some funds for some new stuff. If I can bring up the website, it's on off of Agena.
All right, it's processing. Let's see what happens.
I was perusing through Facebook yesterday, maybe 2 days ago. I was just first thing in the morning, coffee, and just kind of perusing through and seeing what people were talking about. And up come this picture of a wide angle shot of the Milky Way. And it was okay. I mean, you could tell that the guy didn't have any kind of experience with astronomy. But man, I'll tell you, the thing that blew me away was, I mean, that the picture was out of focus. The stars were trailing in the corners. They were, it was everything wrong with it that, we would just go nuts for, right? And but the thing that blew me away was that when I started looking at all the comments, there wasn't a single comment in there that said, why aren't you using a star tracker? Everybody was saying, ooh, this is so pretty. Ooh, this is so beautiful. Oh, great job, this and that. I'm like, people, they don't know what we know. They don't. You show them some of the stuff that like you've done or I've done or Dan has done, and they're just blown away. I mean, they can't. People say, is that from the Hubble? Is that a Hubble shot? No, that's my backyard.
Yeah, people are really surprised, when they talk to me and they look at these images. They say, "You got this off of a camera in your backyard."
Yep.
And people are really surprised, and it just goes to show how small this community is of people who actually do this stuff. Because the masses out there, they're just amazed. They just can't get over, And thankfully, my family is very supportive because, and a lot of my family, they know what I love doing this, and they just get blown away every time I send something up on Instagram or in Facebook, that shares this. So it's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sean, I'm right there with you. I mean, it's clouds here this week, and from what it looks like, I may not be getting, any clear nights next week either. So it's just, the transition, I guess, of the seasons and all that stuff going, coming here. We're now, fall is in full swing. So it's just, a little difficult right now.
Yeah.
But I agree with Sean. It's just amazing, how popular astrophotography has become, and a lot of it is because of the pandemic, and people are, were stuck in their homes, and they needed an outlet. They needed to find something to do, and and a lot of them, they rediscovered, their childhood and went back, and to their childhood and said, hey, let me buy a telescope. And, started just doing, visual astronomy. And then a lot of people, they say, okay, I've got this telescope, I'm doing the visual astronomy. Then all of a sudden they start getting on YouTube to start learning about, their telescope and doing basic astronomy. Then they start seeing about astrophotography. They're like, wait a minute, I can do this now too?
You're right.
You
Yep.
know, so and then it's like, all right, wait a minute, I gotta get, I've got a DSLR. Let me get okay, no, I gotta buy a T-ring. Okay, I can do that. And then they start figuring all this stuff out, to do some of these basic things, and they're just like, yeah, wow. And then they just get. I really think once you start getting those first photographs of a deep sky object, even on your
Hmm.
DSLR, something basic, it's like a drug in a way. You get
Yeah,
hooked, and
absolutely.
it's just like you just can't stop after that. At least that's the way it is for me.
Yeah, I just looked at my Saturn really quick of the top 20%. It's a little out of focus, but I mean, from 20 years ago. I mean, I'll show it to you. And this is with like no processing at all, but I'll show it anyway. I don't care.
Yeah.
Um,
So Peter's saying, lots of good used equipment coming up in the next 12 months. You never know. It could very well be, there could be a great sale on cloudy nights, once,
oh
we're
yeah,
getting out of this pandemic and everything, and people are getting back to their regular lives, and hopefully, we're getting back to some normalcy. And they were like, yeah, I don't need this stuff anymore.
yeah. There you go. So that's with no processing, but that's just a quick stack of the top 20% of the frames. So it's 200 frames. It's a little soft, but maybe some wavelets could do something to it. Hold on. Damn, Eric. There you go. Sorry. Go on, what
Okay.
is that?
Yeah, maybe if throwing it into Registax and putting some, adding some wavelets, throwing some wavelets to it. So
Yep.
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. But I think it'll
I
look.
do like I do like it because you can see it looks like you can see the
Yeah.
Cassini
Yeah, you can.
and
You can.
everything.
Yep.
So that's good.
Yeah. So maybe it'll come out okay. I'm gonna play around with it, but we'll see. But it's amazing that something that I took 17 years ago with a
Yeah.
really crappy camera. That I didn't know what the hell I was doing in 2004. But
But hey, look
hey,
how far you've come.
yeah, yeah. Now I'm
This
doing narrow band, and I don't have to worry
yeah
about light pollution and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, so it
yeah
doesn't matter that I live on the light pollution capital of the planet. It doesn't matter.
yeah. Yeah, I'm right. I'm right there with Sean. He's mentioning. He remembers his first image of the Andromeda. Galaxy. And it was just 8 minutes, no guiding.
Yep,
And it was at f10.
of course.
But something like that. I remember I was doing the same thing. I think my first one was M51. And I was using the 6.3 reducer. And I did all that, but just to get it and to see it. And it was probably just a few seconds,
Yeah.
just maybe like 30-second, images, and just like that. And just my mouth just dropped, and I was just like, that is actually out there.
That's
And then
fun.
that was it. That was it.
Huh.
Tyler saying, yeah, 10 micron would be his dream mount when his CEM 60 with the encoders, craps out of, so yeah. Eventually, I will have to start planning, on some sort of astronomy, not astronomy, but observatory grade mount. But not yet. I'm doing just fine with my 60, at
Hey,
least for right
listen.
now.
You know.
It ain't like you say, it ain't broke. I ain't got to
Nope.
worry about it.
Exactly. I can't download Registax. There it is.
Mark is saying, "Hey Dan, have you had a warning message pop up from PhD while calibrating your star that calibration is different? Have you changed equipment?"
I'm sure I will once I do my first with the EQ8R. Yeah, I'm sure I will. I'm definitely expecting that. But then again, I do calibration, and I'm gonna have to redo everything on that because I'm gonna have to do a first light with the scope through PhD again, in order so it gets all the settings from the mount. You have to redo all
Okay.
that, which is fine. I mean, you know what? I really don't expect. Um, I mean, I hate to say it. I really don't expect a huge difference in my guiding. Um, I mean,
From
my
the 6 to the 8.
yeah, I really don't expect because I've been getting phenomenal. Like from the 6, I've been getting phenomenal numbers with it, and I'm sure that's not normal. I'm sure that has to do with something on the pier. Um, but the reason why I wanted the 8 was because I wanted bigger telescopes to put
Sure.
on there. And you've seen those discs. That the thing is on is sick. It's like it's really impressive looking. As far as functionality is concerned, as far as like those center weighted mounts like you guys have, the
Yeah.
the
Yep.
CEMs,
M's.
and all that. I mean, there's something to say about that, but the 8 just looks pretty awesome. It's pretty
But see, the
monstrous.
thing is that with the center, with the CEMs,
Right.
is that you can truly put on the actual payload that it's advertised to carry on that mount versus some of these other EQ mounts, maybe even like the Skywatchers and stuff, and especially the Celestrons, where you have to go half. Especially if you're doing imaging, you have to
Right.
basically be at 50% of that max payload capacity. Whereas with my 60, I can actually go to 60 pounds
Right.
and image. So there's something to say about these. Same
Absolutely.
thing with same thing with with these harmonic drive mounts. You can actually use every bit of the payload capacity of that mount that you paid for
Yep.
Yeah.
versus some of these
Only
others.
half Eddie.
But you can only do half.
Yeah.
Like half Eddie. I give you half.
Could be half.
So
Could be
give me half.
half.
And that's and that and you
Merry
know
New
what?
Year!
Merry New Year. And
Don't
and that's
start.
the
Don't
thing.
start, man.
Yeah,
It's-
no, I'm gonna. I get going. So let me do whatever. But
My man from
if you're
Cameroon.
spending, stop it. But if you're
Oh, I
spending
had
this
to get
kind
it
of
going.
money, man, if you're spending this kind of money, man,
Yeah.
you should expect, no matter if you're doing visual astronomy or imaging, to get every ounce of that payload that it's advertised to be able to support and carry. You should be able to use it.
Yeah. I agree. I hear you. I understand. But you know what? I don't know if I'm ever going to have 110 pounds worth of equipment. I don't know. I know, Scott, you're pretty damn close, but
And I'm just at 80.
that's a lot closer to my 50. But
Yeah.
that's 2 of my dogs put together on the scope. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
but that being said, I know sooner or later I'm gonna get an 11, something to that effect, so I could do some deeper stuff. But right now I'm gonna be happy with my 127 and do that right now.
But what is, since you do have this, the EQ8R now,
Right.
what eventually what is the end game for you as far as the goal of, the scope? Is it like a 152? Or like
I'll
what's,
probably jump to the SCT somewhere along the line. I'm not there yet. The total end game is probably like an 11 Schmidt or maybe an RC, a big RC,
Okay.
something like that. Something where I could go really deep, and
Yes.
some with a really long, probably like plus 25 to 3,000 millimeter focal length or more, and that's where I'm thinking right now.
Okay.
You know, and I'm sorry. I know it's going to be f10. I want that full, just like you guys are talking about the weight. I hate reducing a telescope. I hate it. I hate it. Hate it.
This is one of the reasons why I wanted to go back to the Schmidt. And that's when and I talked about this in in one of my videos when I got the Pier and its Edge 8, that aperture fever to go deep into these clouds and to get really in there, not necessarily for science purposes, but just to really see, as much as I can, so I'm right there with you. I get it, which was one of the reasons why I was even looking at one point. I was looking, at, RCs and stuff, but I decided, the
I don't know if I'll go RC.
Collimation just scares the hell out of me.
I'm with you on that. The collimation on a Schmidt doesn't scare me.
Talk to Tegan about that. He's got an RC.
Yep. Yeah. Tegan, Mark Ellis as well.
He does too.
There are plenty of people out there that have them. Again, just like with anything else in life, some things work for some people and some things don't work for the other people. That's what it is. Yeah. Some people don't have the patience that it takes to collimate something, that you just want to do a refractor, and that's okay. That's not a problem. But I'll probably end up with a semi-long, like an 11 edge or something like that, or if something comes out, but I'll be damned if I'm reducing it. I don't know if I'm going to do that. To go down to 0.7 reducer.
Yeah, it takes you to f7 versus f11.
Yeah, but what's the impact on the focal length on that?
Yeah, but see, that's when you start looking at the CDKs.
The 14
is too much. That's too big. That's too big for me.
No, I know. I don't know what the 11 is. I can just give you what the 14 is. It's 3910 native.
I think it's 2780 or something like that for the 11.
Yeah, it takes it to 2737 with the 0.7. But you're much faster at f7 versus f11. That's a big jump.
I understand that, but if that's the case, I'll find something else at f7 at its native focal length. I'd find something.
That's when you start looking at the RCs and the CDKs.
Exactly.
Because for example, the plane wave is an f7, and it's at just over 2600 millimeter focal length.
Yeah.
And at f7.
Right.
So, but again, it's the collimation that scares the heck out of me.
I hear you.
And I'm sure I get at some point, we'd be like, all right, let's learn how to do this just like we would learn to do anything else. And the more repetitive you got at doing it, the better you'd get. It's just, you think about sometimes I have to go out, and even right now, I have to remind myself when I take this Edge 8 back outside that I'm going to have to collimate it. Even though even if it's a little bit, it's like and Scott, I don't know about you and your experience with collimation, with the 14, but it's like, for me, it's like maybe every 2 days, every couple of days, I need to check the collimation, especially with the Bob's knobs, because the Bob's knobs, they do knock it a little bit out of collimation every once in a while. So you do have to check it and and readjust. And it's a practice and stuff like that, because once you tighten one up, then you have to go over and maybe loosen another one on the other three, to loosen it up to get things squared away. But I'd rather, for me right now, I would be okay just dealing with these 3 screws and on the secondary mirror than having to deal with both the primary, the secondary, and in some cases with an RC also the focuser.
Yeah.
So
no, I hear you. When I had a Schmidt way back when, I collimated every night I went out. I tweaked it. But to what we were talking about with focal length, I was close with the focal length of the 11, it's 2800, not 2780, but it's 2800. And if I knock that down with a .7, now I'm down to 1960.
1960, yeah.
So now I'm down to an 8. I mean, you know, I mean, it's just I find the problem having, you know, I guess the same problem that we were talking about with the weight, and you can only use half unless you buy certain mounts. Oh, by the way, Scott, I don't know if you were here for the last time we spoke about this, but did you know that there's a third newcomer to the harmonic mount group?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, all right. I wasn't sure if you saw it. Yeah, so Sharpstar is coming
Yep.
out with the third harmonic mount out there. So that's gonna
Hey, people, keep them coming. Keep them
Yep.
coming. Drive up some competition.
Yep,
Drive the
bring down
prices
the
down.
price. Bring down the price.
Get harmonics, you know, pretty much, you know, commonplace, along with, you know, these EQ mounts and everything, you know, these other types of EQ mounts,
Oh, yeah.
the traditional.
Absolutely.
So
It's going to be a lot of fun. You know.
Well, I
can't
mean,
wait
the big thing with harmonic drives is that they have to be. You can't use any composites or it's not a good idea to use composites, you know, or other, you know, plastics or things. That I mean, they have to be metal, you know,
Yeah.
for the sheer forces that are in play with that gearing system. You know, it's there's a reason why it's weightless.
Yeah.
You know, there's a reason why you can run 60 pounds on it with no counterweight.
Chris.
You know, it's each one of those pieces in the video that I did on the harmonic drive. I showed the different pictures of the pieces that they assembled that mount with, and each one is milled out of you know, a block of aluminum. You know, CNC milled out of a block of aluminum. They just, there's a reason why they cost what they cost.
Yeah.
yeah.
Chris said that he only collimated his edge twice, and one time it rolled off the bed. So,
Oh, God.
so ouch. I'm hoping
Yeah,
that was
but
you
you
and not the scope.
Yeah, but he's only had to collimate it twice.
He said he only did it twice. I don't know if the.
That's what
Chris,
I'm saying. He's only collimated his twice. Really? That's all you've ever had to do is collimate it twice since you've had it?
Chris takes some pretty damn good photos. So
Well, not for nothing, but when I had mine up and pointing, you know, and I defocused on the stars, I've done that a few times. The damn thing hasn't moved. It hasn't moved.
Really?
Nope, it has not moved. I haven't had to touch that secondary mirror.
well, tell me what happens when you
I'll have to
unpack
double
it.
check it.
Unpack
Yeah.
it in Florida, and tell me what happens.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm going to be shipping that thing in, like, you know, 6 inches of foam all the way around it.
Oh, you're shipping it? You're not driving it down?
Oh, I'm driving it. But
Okay.
I'm saying that I've got it in a padded case, and then I'm going to take and literally going to wrap that thing in foam and tape it, and then put it in my small box trailer.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if I can do it in the box trailer. I just don't know yet. But I know that I'm going when I ship that thing, yeah, it's going to be wrapped in foam.
Yeah. Hey,
Okay.
you know, I'm just super excited. Hopefully somebody can point me the way to an AC adapter for the 8R. I'm hoping somebody can shine some light on that.
Tom was saying something about getting parts and cannibalizing it.
Yeah, he said he was going to make me a custom cable.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but it still doesn't. I don't know if that solves the. I mean, it's never going to run more than 8 amps. So if I plug it
Check
into
out-
the 8 amp, what?
Check out Jameco.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see that.
No, not really, but yeah, I
Jameco.
just
Check
Jameco.
out
send it to
Jameco.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have. Matter of fact, I think I can do that right now.
There you go. There may be a solution right there for you.
We will
But,
give it a shot.
Yeah, give it a go. Never know.
What is this?
There you go. It's there.
Perfect. Let's see, Jameco 16 volt AC power supply. 130 of them in stock. 2 amp? That's not good. It's only 2 and 1
What does the
amp.
mount draw?
Doesn't matter. It's way more than 2 amps on slewing. It's at least 3 on slewing. So.
Yeah, that might be a bit of a challenge finding power.
That's
That's
why
gonna push the kind of amp
that's
that
why
you
me
need.
and Eric were talking, saying I can't believe that Skywatcher doesn't make one.
So make one.
You know, so
Or basically, is Skywatcher is Celestron, isn't it?
they're in cahoots. They're different
They're in
companies,
cahoots?
but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just surprised that they're not. But latest toy that's on its way, which is probably another reason why I have clouds, and I'm going to have clouds for at least another week or two. Let me see here. Is this guy? Let me share.
Uh-oh. Oh, you
Wasn't too
ordered
bad on
it?
price. I ordered it.
All right. Yeah, I got the
went
same
ahead
thing
and
from
ordered
Deep
it.
Sky Dad.
So for my Rokinon, and it comes with it's all 3D printed, and you can in front of the EAF. So I'll take one of the EAFs. I'll swap them until I can go ahead and get a third EAF. And it's not that hard to take one off. Pop one off of one of those Schmitz here, and
Yep.
just move them around. So I'm looking forward to just trying this out to say, okay, maybe I don't have my white cat anymore, but I've got this guy
Yep.
to do some wide field. So no, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, here's another good source, Dan. Gigaparts. This is for ham radio stuff.
Yeah, somebody
I'm
was
looking at
mentioning
one
ham
right
radio
here.
stuff. Yeah, somebody sent me PowerWorks stuff too.
Yep. Yeah.
I know
that
PowerWorks
uses
from
that Anderson.
Anderson power poles.
Yep. And it's
Yep.
25 amp. It'll support up to 25 amp. 16 volt. So that'll push everything you need. It's about $115.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, I love the
that's
PowerWorks
just the
stuff.
first one I pulled up.
Yep, PowerWorks. I have 3 rig runners up here, and ends and crimpers and all that stuff with the Anderson stuff. It's really nifty, that Anderson stuff, but you know what? It's just to run your own kind of like fuse panel and stuff like that. You don't need that anymore.
Yeah.
Everything's inside the casings now of the Eagles and the ASI Airs,
Yep.
and it's all the fuses are built on the boards. So
Yep.
so but I gotta tell you, the rig runner was awesome when
Yeah,
I
rig
needed
runners.
it. It was I had an 8-channel rig runner. I had up to what did I get? 16 amp, and just pulled one battery, and it was great.
Yep.
Yeah,
so
Mark,
there should
the
be a
whole
couple
thing
different.
with that, Mark, is that we're back to the same thing where I need to power 5 things with only 4 outputs. So, I could split one, just like Tom and I were talking about, meaning splitting the 2 focusers, which would make sense, because you're probably not going to autofocus both at the same time. And that's it. But we'll see.
The only real downside to doing independent power on your mount is that you can't control it from the Eagle.
Yeah, but that's not a big deal. I'm okay with that.
No. I think it would. If it was me, I'd be running an independent power on that mount.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Well, that's what I do anyway. I even with me on the ASI Air, I run it totally separately.
Well, the mount, I've always done it with the Eagle, with the 6. I've always done it, and I've never had a problem.
Does the 6 pull the same?
No. Nope. It's 12 volt, doesn't go up to 16. The amps is about 2 slewing.
Yeah.
So unfortunately the 8 with the size of that mount, it's going to pull a little more to move it. So, all right. So So at 10:45, I'm calling Sci-Fi Tangent. So
Okay.
because we got stuff to talk about on the sci-fi section of things, but
Okay.
because yeah. So just so for guests coming up,
Yes.
we got I always screw up his name. The gentleman who wrote APT, you guys know who he is. He's coming
Mm-hmm.
on next month. We got actually he's coming on whenever he puts it. He's getting ready to release a major new update, 3.9 for APT. Said he was come on right when he's done with it. So whenever he's done with that, he's going to come on. Warren Keller on November 17th. Exactly 1 month later, December 17th, is going to be Amy Astro.
Yep.
And then in January, hopefully Tom could swing it. I hope he's still there. That the entire, or at least most of the Prima Luce crew will be on, including Filippo, Omar, and himself. So that's going to be
Nice.
a special show, probably recorded, or one of the other. We're going to be the tired ones, and they'll be up in the morning. But and
Right.
that's fine either way. I'm okay with doing it either way. I'll do a 3 a.m. show. I don't really care. But we could record it and we could put it on, and I think that would be really cool too.
Yep.
Tom's there. He's working on it.
It's
so,
working on it.
so we'll see. We'll see if it happens.
Okay.
It happens. But I think that would be really cool. That'll be probably January, February though. So, yeah. So we're
Well,
pretty excited. And this Friday is going to be Peter Myers going to come on. He's going to be on.
yep.
We're going to be talking a little bit about pictures. And that's it for guests right now. The only other
Okay.
thing that's going to be coming up next year is the hopeful re-release of the Star Party. We'll get to that later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully in May. The unofficial Star Party. But basically, it's just a group
Yeah.
of people just going to Cherry Springs, hanging out. So
There you go.
that's really it right now. We also got the AstroWorld stuff on Redbubble. So if you
Yeah.
want to go there and check that out, buy your shirts, your keypads, your iPhone cases, your throw pillows, your onesies, whatever. It all has AstroWorld logos on it. If you want the address, just go to astroworldweb.com and it's on there. And remember, 5% of all the profits go to a random astronomy club somewhere around the world. So we're going to be doing that for all
Very cool.
to give back to the community. If anyone ever buys a T-shirt, that is. But but that being said, it is. We could call the sci-fi tangent right now. We're 1 minute early.
Okay.
All right.
You know, I I
And so,
haven't
and,
I
and
haven't
just right out there, I have not seen the other this last week's episode of Foundation. I've been really
Okay.
busy, so just letting you know
Hey,
that
no
right now.
spoilers. No
So no
spoilers.
spoilers.
But I'll
But
say
I
Scott, you were
this.
about
haven't
to say something.
What's that,
I haven't been
Scott?
able to do anything with that with astro imaging, basically just because my house is in disarray. But I do have other images that I have done. As a matter of fact, I got one right here. You want to see one of my latest macros?
Sure.
Oh yeah, sure.
Let me get you on full screen. If I can find you again. Where's guest?
Now this is totally zoomed in. Okay, so I'll back it out. You can see that, right? It kind of looks like a Minecraft character, right?
Yeah.
Each one of those is the pixels on a 46 megapixel, full frame camera. So I'll just back it out. You can tell me when you can figure out what the actual object is.
The hell is that?
I can't figure it out yet, huh? Here it comes.
Is that a mushroom?
Yeah. that was in my garden a couple days ago, just standing there in all her glory. And I quick went and got my my camera set up, and that's actually 100 images stacked, focus stacked, and then brought into Photoshop and add a little bit of a warming filter. But so there you go. That's one that I did just recently.
Nice.
Nice. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Scott's doing shrooms again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're Titan.
Cool.
Oh boy.
All right. So
at any rate.
yeah, that's cool. That's a cool picture. So yeah. So I'm starting to get a little annoyed with Foundation. I think, and I'm not no spoilers because I know you didn't see the third one, but the people that wrote it for TV are taking way too many liberties with the story.
But I'm not surprised. They all. I mean, everybody who, like I told you this before, every production company that grabs IP based off of a novel, they butcher it. They take things from one, especially if it's multiple books.
Yeah.
They'll start trying to combine things from like book 4 into book 1, and and things that just don't make sense. It's like, why are you bringing this in at this point now? When you're just trying to get the story started, you should be sticking to what the actual story that the author put out there. So I'm not surprised to hear that.
No, listen, I don't mind changes that make sense. And I'm not talking about gender swapping characters, and I'm not talking about any of that stuff. That stuff, I could care less about any of that. The stuff that you've seen already, the brother dark, dusk, day, whatever.
Yeah, dawn, dusk, and day. Yeah, dawn, day, and dusk, yeah.
And what? There's no such thing in the books.
No.
There's nothing.
It's no.
They're going the route of David Lynch's Dune, and that's what they're doing. And they're adding stuff that they probably got stoned and thought it was cool, but it's not.
No, Peter's saying that you need to listen to the podcast for why the explanation of what they changed and why they did it. They're working with the Asimov family on the changes, actually.
Yeah, I did hear that. And I know that one of the Asimov family is like the executive producer or something like that.
Yes, I did see that in the credits.
And the whole thing is like...
I agree with you, Mark. Yes, they did.
Oh, totally, totally. So I walked out. I didn't walk out. I came this close to walking out. And I just thought I was seeing Star Wars all over again in Force Awakens with better graphics. But, but I'm hoping, I'm still staying with it. I'm going to watch it. I'll watch the whole thing. And I'm hoping it comes all together. But,
okay.
I mean, Salvor Hardin. You've seen the girl that plays Salvor. Mm-hmm. She's like this marshal.
Yes. Yeah, she is.
And Salvor Hardin was a politician. And yeah, I guess they're kind of close when you think of things, the watching out for the people, that kind of stuff. But I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like. Yeah. I got to tell you, though, I'm loving Lower Decks. I love Lower Decks, the Star Trek cartoon.
Okay, I've heard about this.
I love it.
That's on Disney Plus right now.
Yep, it's awesome. It's awesome. I love it.
I've heard about this.
There is so many inside Star Trek jokes. If you're not a fan of Star Trek, you're not going to get any of the jokes. You're just not going to enjoy it. But it's a little corny at times. But I mean, some of the last one was like they were just making fun of Kirk the whole time. It was great. But speaking of Kirk, speaking of William Shatner, what is this going on that he's going to be on Blue Origin next week to go into space? William
He's
Shatner
90
is,
You
something.
really?
he's going to be the oldest person ever in space at 90 years old next week.
Wow. I can't, I still can't get over how old he is, but, it just amazes me. But I'm not surprised. He's finally going to be going, where no man has, several men have already gone there, but,
Yeah,
hey.
well, at least,
No geriatric has gone before.
No,
yeah, no
Jerry
Jerry.
has gone before.
There you go. No Jerry. but,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mark,
Strange
to
New
answer your
Worlds.
question,
Good.
it's the lens that I use is it's the AFS micro Nikkor 105 f2.8.
That's awesome. That's an awesome one. Look at that thing.
Wow.
But
beast.
Did you? Okay, I've never done macro, so I'm totally naive to all of this. Did you actually, just zoom in to the mushroom, or did you actually get down low? Towards
Well, no, my tripod will literally lay right down on the ground.
Okay.
It's spider legs, right flat, and I
I
literally tilted the camera, and it was the lens was maybe that far off the ground, but with that I just brought it into focus. I got the front of the mushroom in focus. I set my focus stack because the 850 will actually allow you to stack. It'll do an auto focus stack routine for you. So you set the parameters in there, and you get the front of your object in focus, and then you just hit start, and it will run. I did 100 pictures like that at the smallest focal range, and it just captured that whole mushroom. It just went all the way deep, all the way through it.
that's
Wow.
awesome.
Yep.
That's
And
a really
I
great
use
picture.
I use a program called Helicon for anybody that does like doing stacked images. Macro Helicon is it's probably one of the best stacking programs that is available right now.
Yeah, well, I gotta go. I'm with Suburban Astronomer right now.
Yeah.
I say we do that. You know what? I'll even start the Kickstarter. I will do some research on who the most prominent flat earther may be, and I'll be like, let's send X to Earth on Blue Origin,
Yeah,
and I'll start.
shoot 'em off
I'll
there.
start a GoFundMe on it.
Yeah, we'll call it the red pill experience.
Yeah, exactly.
red pill experience.
Because you know what? They'd be like, no, no, they had something in the air supply that just made me start tripping.
Yeah.
This wasn't true. This wasn't real.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
sorry, but that has got to be hands down the single most stupid mentality I've ever heard of. The Earth is flat. Yeah. Okay.
It's like a frisbee.
Have you ever heard of spherical trigonometry? There's a reason why they use spherical trigonometry in guiding planes, in plotting. Because.
He's getting mad. He's getting mad.
This thing is it is so
Going
stupid.
at it.
The whole idea, of people actually believing that we live on a flat plane is so stupid.
Beyond
That
there
one
be
just blew me
dragons, my friend. All right.
They seriously need to take and put the bong back in the closet behind the Allman Brothers album, okay?
Wow.
Seriously.
I'm dying here, dude. This was
Oh
cracking
my.
up.
All right.
Oh, man.
Scott's mad.
Speaking of dragons, hey, there's a new Game of Thrones coming next
I
year.
know the prequel. Yeah, I
The
know.
prequel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
About the Targaryens.
About the
House of
Targaryens.
Dragons.
Yeah, the Mad
House of
King.
Dragons.
Yeah.
Yep, in the Targaryen Civil War. So
Yeah, but
more fun stuff.
I gotta tell you, somebody mentioned it up there. Oh, Sean Nielsen mentioned it. Strange New Worlds. I am so excited for that. That's the Christopher Pike new Star Trek series that's coming out. It's all about Christopher Pike and Spock.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting. And
That stuff predates Kirk.
by about 15, 20 years. Yeah. So
Yeah.
So it's in between Enterprise and and this.
Don't blame the chronic.
Don't blame the chronic.
Oh my God, you're killing me, man.
I'm just cracking up.
Oh my God! If you
I
guys haven't read the chat, just read it. And as we laugh and crack up, we lose viewers every time we do this.
We do this. I know.
It just drops like a lead brick. It's like.
So, all right, they're done talking about AP.
They're done.
Let's get out
They're
of
done.
here, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So hey, listen. After 2 hours, we can take 15 minutes and talk about whatever we want to. So.
Yeah. Because actually, new book that I'm actually, that I'm actually listening to on Audible. I love Neil Gaiman. He's Gaiman.
Neil Diamond.
Not Cherry
Caroline. I am my sad.
No, God, stop it.
Sorry. I am my pride. Sorry, go ahead.
God. But it's the second book of The Sandman, which is based off of DC Comics.
Okay.
And
one of the villains that's in the Spider-Man thing, right?
No, this is this is DC, not Marvel.
Oh, DC.
This is DC.
Well, no. Spider-Man was originally DC.
No, he wasn't.
Wasn't he?
No.
And then he got ported to Marvel.
No, it's Stanley. Stanley
developed he created.
Yep.
He was always Marvel. No, Spider-Man has always been Marvel.
Spider-Man's always been Marvel. Okay.
I guarantee you, Spider-Man's always been Marvel. But if you've ever heard of, I'm sure, have you guys ever read or heard of the book American Gods?
No.
Okay. Well, it's the same author, but The Sandman, it's an episodic, and there are a lot of really well-known actors that are voicing these characters. One is James McAvoy.
Okay.
Who played in Split.
Yep.
He was, Professor X in X-Men and stuff. So it's based off like comics and stuff like that, but it's really great voice acting. Neil Gaiman, he's also doing some acting and some reading and narrating in this. So, and basically it is about the Sandman is the Lord of Dreams, of the Endless, and you have siblings like Despair, Death, Disillusion, Destiny, others, and it gets very historical.
D's?
I don't know, dude. Don't ask me questions like that. I don't know. Good God, you asked me, but it goes very episodic. Because he's immortal and he goes through. They were talking about this guy that Norton the First. Have you ever heard of the gentleman known as Norton the First?
Yeah, Ed. Yeah, eats a lot. Skinny guy, has a big fat friend, drives a bus.
Oh my God! Not come in. I don't want to talk to you for a minute. I've been watching you. No.
I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see. Oh wait, we gained a viewer on that.
We gained a viewer. Oh my God! But there are. But I'm looking. But yeah, with Norton the First, he was this is based on a true person, an actual person. He was from San Francisco. He lived in San Francisco, and he was also very good friends with Mark Twain.
Okay.
And he was one. Yeah, Samuel Clemens. So and he was one of the first, if not the first person. He was an eccentric. Because he was he was a wealthy guy, he was an entrepreneur, but then he lost his fortune in a rice deal. because
Okay.
rice went, because in San Francisco, Chinese and rice, he was expecting it to be at one price and it was a different price and he lost his fortune. And so he was homeless and he became very eccentric. He proclaimed himself the emperor of the United States of America,
The Emperor.
king. Yeah,
All right.
King Norton or Norton the First, Emperor of the United States. So you can actually look this guy up. He's actually true. He actually turned out to be a very beloved person within San Francisco. They have memorialized him and everything, and he was the first person who actually thought up of the idea of the Bay Bridge, the one that
Oh.
connects Oakland
Mm-hmm.
to San Francisco itself. And they had a whole story about him, and it's very entertaining, and they have other things that are loosely entertained, that are loosely based off of fiction. There are a lot of fiction, a lot of fact, just loosely based off of this stuff.
That's cool.
But it's very cool, but it's a whole ensemble. This whole ensemble cast.
That's
It's
cool.
and the music and everything. It's a lot of fun. It's audible only, but it's just a lot of fun. It's just a getaway, a really fun getaway type of book or audible recording. And yes, as a matter of fact, I did hear that they were thinking about doing some sort of
The Sandman series. Yeah.
Sandman series.
Yep.
Because I don't know if you've ever heard of the TV show Lucifer.
Sure. I haven't watched the last season yet, so don't say nothing.
Okay. Because Morpheus, or who is the Sandman, he also interacts a lot with Lucifer.
Huh.
And one of the episodes that they're talking about is when Lucifer when he actually decides to close up hell.
Yep.
And that's when he goes to Los
Yep.
Angeles.
Yep.
So it goes into that. And he
He
actually
closes
gave the
hell.
key.
We're closed.
He does. Yeah, he closes up hell, kicks everybody out of hell, closes hell, and he actually gives the key to Morpheus to become the Lord of Hell. But then he ends up doing other things, to get himself out of that predicament. But it's a good book.
I love
good
Lucifer.
listen.
Lucifer
It's a good
is
listen.
really cool.
Yeah,
The
it's a
show?
good listen. Yeah, it is. It is a fun show.
The show's really
So,
cool.
just
You know what I love
fun
that
show.
they brought what's his name in from 24, the guy who does the Allstate commercials.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you know what the cool thing is that they brought him in, right? And who's the other angel, the black guy? I forgot his name. The first one.
The first one, yeah. I don't remember his name, but I know the guy.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
You're talking about. I know the angel you're talking about.
Yeah, so the coolest thing I thought was that they brought both of those guys back. They're playing brothers again in another TV show.
Another TV show.
What was the other TV show that they played brothers in?
I have no idea.
Yes, you do. You forgot. You know.
I know, but I forgot. So
I
I'm
know-
drawing a blank.
24.
I'm drawing a blank. Oh, son of a gun! You're right,
He played the president. The other guy played the
Yes.
younger brother.
brother. Yep, that's true.
Yep.
Dang, very cool.
See, plethora of useless information right there.
Yes, Mark. Yeah, it's an Audible only book series. It's the second book. It's called The Sandman. But the first one it was written by Neil Gaiman, who also wrote many other fiction, American Gods, and others that actually turned into TV shows or things off of Stars. Stars did the series for American Gods, but yeah, good. It was all good stuff. So yeah.
All right. So last thing before we go, I saw about a year ago that Fox bought the rights to the Dresden Files to remake a TV show.
Please don't suck. Please don't suck.
Yeah,
Please don't suck.
So
Oh my God.
I haven't heard anything recently, but I did catch that on some wire somewhere about a year ago. I haven't heard anything since. I don't know if anyone else has heard anything, but
I
that would
haven't
be
heard
really cool.
anything because I subscribed to Jim Butcher's
Butcher, yep.
tweet. Yeah, but his Twitter account.
Yep.
you know, and I haven't heard anything on his end about
Yeah.
it as far as that lately. So.
All I know is that I got the book. I got Stormfront. I got it on hardcover.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I got it on hardcover, and
Okay.
I brought it to a Comic-Con.
Okay.
And at Comic-Con, James Marsden,
Marsters.
Marsters.
Marsters. Yeah,
Who-
James Marsters.
James Marsters, for those of you that don't know, and as I talk about this, we're dropping viewers like flies.
Flies, yeah.
but
They're all leaving.
they're all gone. Yeah, they know know what we do. The show's over.
Even Scott just left.
Scott, we lost one of our co-hosts. I mean, it can't get any worse than this. But James Marsters did all the narration of the books on audiobooks really good. But what
Yes, he
he's
did.
known for is Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Vampire. Yep, Angel.
So
He's being
he
Spike.
played
Yep.
Spike over. Yeah, right, exactly. So he played Spike, and so going there, you know, I brought the book. I'm getting him to autograph the book for me because he narrated the whole 17 books now. He's narrated them all. He actually missed one. He missed one.
He did.
He missed one, and then the guy who did it got so beat up in the ratings. Marsters came back and did
he
it
did it.
after he did the book later. So he redid it, and he's so I'm waiting online. I'm gonna spend like $100 for this guy's autograph. So I said, and I go up there and I just put the book down on the table. He's like, "Oh my God, something other than Buffy." So he's like, mate, you're the only one that probably knows I've done that around here. I said, listen, let me tell you something. I said, thank you for coming back to doing the book that you missed. And the guy totally screwed it up. He was pronouncing things wrong, man. And it was just so bad. He tried to make it his own. And I think it was like the 5th or 6th book, something like that. And you've already used to Marsters, and then you get this Joker.
Yes.
And you're like, this is not what he sounds like. It's not right. It just doesn't fit. And then you came back, and everything's back to normal. But
Yeah.
but
you know now that you bring up Harry and James Marsters, I might just actually chill out and just start rolling in and banking all of my credits up and fill them, and just go back and just grab all 17 of my, Dresden File books and just download them again and start listening, starting off with Stormfront again, and just start listening to them all again. And I'll probably just blaze right through them.
you got them in your library.
Fun. I do. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I was gonna I'm not, because I, being Audible, you get 2 credits every
Yep.
month. I get 2 credits.
Yeah, I
every
get
month.
platinum. Yeah,
So,
me too.
Yeah, please do. So you know what? I'm gonna say fine. I'll just start building up those credits. I won't start buying new books. I'll just start listening, to Dresden Files all over again.
Yep.
Just kick it back off again. So
I don't know if I could go through the whole Karen thing again. I don't know if I could do that. It was very.
It was rough on me too.
Yeah, that like almost hurt me as much as
so close, man. I mean, but that pissed me off.
And you knew it was gonna happen. You knew it.
I knew, but it pissed me
off.
And now, she became a Valkyrie.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just still.
We'll see.
All right, man.
All right.
Well,
yep. It's 11:10. Yep.
Yep.
And if you look at the graph at exactly 10:44, our viewership dropped in half.
All right, they're on their own. They're moving to their other shows.
They know.
Bye, guys.
All right. Well, that being said, final thoughts. Jerry's final thoughts, Mr. Scott.
I got nothing.
I'm
good.
I got nothing. Eric?
I got nothing. No, I actually nothing else as far as Astro, but I did start playing Neverwinter.
Playing Neverwinter. Very good. You know what?
So D&D.
So there is a game out there that I'm supposed to download, and it is called. I'll tell you in a second. It's supposed to be really good, and I was told I would be in a clan right away. It's called... What is it called?
Warhammer?
No, not Warhammer. Oh, damn it. One World?
One World. Okay, I'll have to look
Is
that
this
up.
PC?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can't believe I can't find it. My friend... Oh, New World. New World.
World. Okay.
Apparently it's supposed to be really good. I don't know. So...
Okay.
I got my character over at ESO up to thanks to Scott. He power leveled me up to like level. I think I'm level 50 or close to it. I haven't played that in a while. I haven't played that. But
Okay.
Yeah, no,
I'm looking at it. The graphics don't look, at least from the screenshots I'm seeing, graphics don't look too bad.
yeah. So I don't know anything. I haven't looked at it, but my friend Sean, who I went to UBS Arena, the Islanders Arena, to check it out on a tour. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah. There were a couple of games that were on special on the PSN network this month. That looked really good. I did see Resident Evil 3 that it was like 60, almost 70% off, which is
Okay.
It's like a $60 game. They take it down to like $20. So I grabbed that one, but I also got Cyberpunk. I'm kind of looking forward to trying that one. I know they've been having some issues with it.
I didn't buy the PC. I didn't buy the PS version. I bought the PC version. And you know what? I enjoyed it until my ADD kicked in, and I moved on to something else. God, I don't know what, but
well, and
the other one
was Returnal. I don't know if you've seen Returnal.
I've heard of Returnal.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. A pretty good game. And then of course, Valhalla. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is.
Yep, I've got it.
It's got to be one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen on PS5. It's just unreal.
Well, I walked into a Best Buy, and they actually had them, the PS5s.
Did they?
Yeah,
they had the consoles.
They actually had both of them. They had the digital and the console. And I didn't pick it up. I held off. I needed some other things, so I just kind of turned my head and walked away.
Yep. Yeah, Chris, absolutely.
Yeah.
Only the diehards are left now. 8 of us are watching. Only 8, and probably 3 of them are us because we're actually watching the YouTube stream.
Yeah.
Right.
There's only 3 of us.
So basically, there's 8 now. So basically, 5 are actually watching us.
Yeah.
The other 3 are just the 3 of us.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
all right. Well, I guess we close it up now because we flatlined.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, we
see how like the people that are watching it flatline. These are all the people that are passed out at their desks watching us.
Tom, great. Have a great night, sir.
Yep. We're out of here too.
So,
Guys,
we're getting out of here.
Have a good night, everybody. Remember, watch out, and I'm going to be putting a calendar on the website with all the guests. So keep an eye out for that. Go to the website, check it out. If you have any suggestions or anything like that, please let me know and tell me what we could do better.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you know what? Something's weird. If you notice, the drink machine, the drink tastes weird. I don't know. We just got a new one today, and it's like got like this chemical taste to it. But anyway. All right, fellas. Have a good night. Everybody, have a good night. Stay safe. And as always, remember, keep imaging, keep educating in clear skies. And we'll see you Friday night on AstroWorld Q&A. Have a good night, guys.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.